How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, no Cronenberg today, just coffee, white, 2 sugars. Right, guys, so this video, as you can tell from the title of the video, is on being arrested for the first time. What happens, right? So, obviously, it's aimed at people that may not have been arrested, right? But they may have been arrested, or the parents of children that might be arrested, so that they know the procedures as well. It's just educating you guys. Obviously, I was active within the criminal world for a long time. First arrested when I was 12 for handling stolen goods. Give a mate a quid. He went into a spa, stole 2 Kinder Eggs, give me one of them. So that was handling stolen goods. Manager grabbed us, took us back in, took me home. Got beat up because I was like, I shouldn't have brought the police to my mum's door. That was the time, and that's how it went. Right, so obviously been arrested a lot of times since, guys. Been arrested by armed police, but police dogs, riot police, armed police, tactical aid units, CID. I've been arrested everywhere, guys. On the doors, on the street, at home, at other people's addresses. And I used to kick off quite a lot, so I've got victor markers or violence markers against me, firearms markers, things like that, guys, right? But I'm out of all that now. So, guys, so what's happened, right? So you've been arrested, right? You've been cuffed. You're taken to the police station, right? Now, it used to be your local police station. Because the community police stations are closing down, you don't always, you can end up on the other side of your area, like the other side of the county, so to speak, right? Depends on police spaces and stuff like that, how many spaces they've got in cells. Right, guys, so you're being taken to the police station, right? You get to the desk, right, in the police station. It's called the custody suite. The sergeant will book you in. He'll ask you why, if you know why you're there, so obviously you will. He'll ask you if you've got any mental health issues, any concerns, or your self-harmer, things like that. They'll search you. They'll ask you to empty your pockets, put like your mobile phone, your keys, your wallet, money, things like that on the counter. It'll all get counted. They put it into like a little brown envelope, the money. It all goes into a police bag and then it's tied off and stuff, right? If you've got belts on, they'll take your belts. If you've got hoodies with like drawstrings in them, they'll take them out because you can hang yourself. Same with tracksuit bottoms. If you've got drawstrings, they'll take them out. Trainers, they will take out your laces and stuff. That'll all go into your property. They'll then like ask them for like they'll just ask you loads of questions and stuff, right? They'll ask you for your name, date of birth, address, things like that. Right, then like I say, they'll ask you if you want anyone notified that you're there, so you can speak to somebody on the phone and let them know you've been arrested. Sometimes they drag it out because obviously they need to go to addresses and search them under Section 18 or Section 17 of PACE. They want to go and search your home address for drugs if that's what you've been in for, theft, things like that. So they can drag that out. They'll also ask you if you want legal representation, right? Employed or unemployed, always have legal representation. You've got the duty solicitor, right, which is it's a local firm, and it's local firms, and they all swap and change and stuff like that. I've always had said firms that I've always used and stuff, right? So you can use the duty solicitor if you want. I like to use I use certain firms and stuff. If you've been arrested alongside 2 of your friends or 3 of your friends, 4 of your friends, you all want to use the same solicitor always, because the reason why is the first person that will go in front of you. The solicitor can then tell the second person what the first person said. Then the third person can tell the second person what he said and stuff like that. So what I'm saying to you, if you're all arrested together, you can use the same solicitor, and the solicitor can tell each one individually what the other one said, whether they've gone no comment, whether they've commented, things like that, guys, right? So that's that. Then, like I say, you'll be put into a cell. They'll ask you if you want a drink, hot chocolate, coffee, fresh orange juice, right? At some point, you'll be pulled out of your cell. You'll be taken into a little cell, and you'll do your fingerprints. It's like a roll-on machine thing. It's like a touch screen thing, and you go like this, and they roll your fingers off and stuff, and it gets your fingerprints on. If it's for theft or sexual offences, you could be swabbed and stuff. If you're like a commercial burglar or dwelling or something like that, they can swab your mouth, so they've got your DNA on file, so that if you ever do another job and you get away with it and stuff, they can link that to you, come and arrest you, and you go back through the procedure. So fingerprints, photo. They take a photo of you sitting on little chairs. A light comes on you. bam. Some people tell them to fuck off. Some people just sit there, stuff like that. I've had a lot. Every time you get arrested, you'll have them photos taken. Every time you're arrested, you'll do your fingerprints. It's always the same case to make sure they've got the right person, and so the fingerprints are on file. Because things is, you could have lost a finger, you could have ended up scarring like your fingerprints off. Some people burn the fingerprints off as well. So that's that. You'll be placed back in a cell. If you've asked for legal representation, which I tell you all to do, definitely. If you're unemployed, you get a thing called legal aid. It's a thing that's dying out now. It's becoming harder and harder to get. But like I say, your solicitor will turn up. You'll be pulled out your cell. You go and sit in a little room with your solicitor. They'll ask you if you're guilty or if you're innocent. They'll ask you, do you know anything about these charges? Don't lie to your solicitor. He's there to protect the best interest of you. So if you've done it, you tell him you fucking done it. If you've not done it, you tell him you've not done it. But don't lie to him. He's there to help you. He's not a police officer. Right? He's there to help you. Trust me. He can't do his job properly unless you give him 100% of what's gone on. So be honest and open with your solicitor for him to give you the best advice. If you're guilty, he'll tell you to go no comment. He can also tell you to drop a prepared statement. A prepared statement's like going no comment, but you'll tell him what to write. He'll write something like, my client, John Smith, denies the allegation of threats to kill. As a matter of courtesy, he will answer no comment to any further questions. You sign it, you date it, bam, jobs are good then. Right? Or, if you've not done it, he'll tell you to give a version of events. A version of events is where every question that's asked to you, you'll answer. And then this is the thing, so you're preparing for the police interview. You and your solicitor, you tell him everything, he tells you the best course of action. Then the police will knock on a door, or the solicitor will walk out and say, right, we're ready, you go in for interview. You'll be interviewed under caution, which means the interview is recorded, and it'll state like, first you have the right to remain silent, you don't have to say anything, but anything you do say can and will be used against you in a court of law, right? So what it's saying there is they ask you, do you know what the charge means, right? So you say yes or you say no. If you've been arrested for the first time, you're not going to know what it means, so they'll explain it to you. They'll ask you to introduce yourself. You can say your name, your date of birth. Some people don't even say that, right? Then the interview will start, right? Now, if you go in no comment, every question that's asked to you, you go no comment, no comment, no comment. And even if they're trying to wind you up and trying to get at you, I've had it where a guy who beat my sister up, right? They were showing me pictures of her at 3 o'clock in the morning of her injuries, which I'd not seen. And they were trying to get an emotional response from me, right? But I kept my mouth shut and I didn't let it bother me. So that's what I'm saying by that. Even if you're dying to kick off and say something, don't say anything. You're either in, when it comes to police interviews, guys, you're either in or you're out. And by what I mean, if you're either in and you're answering questions and you answer every question, right, because you're innocent and you need to give a version of events, or you're guilty and you want to give a version of events, or you're out and you go no comment. You can't be dipping in and out. What I'm saying, you can't say no comment, no comment, no comment, and then start answering questions and then go back to no comment. You're either in and you talk and you answer questions, or you go no comment and you don't answer a question. Simple as that, guys, right? The police will know, it's well known amongst police and criminals and legal representation that if you go no comment, you're guilty. And if it's not that you're guilty, it's just you don't want to give anything. You don't want to incriminate other people. You don't want to drop yourself in the shit. If you can imagine, you're like a jigsaw, right? You know what's gone on. If you're guilty, I'm talking about. If you're guilty, you're like a jigsaw. You've got all the pieces. The police want to build a picture, right? But they need the pieces from you. So by shaking you, by asking you questions, right? If you give them answers, you're giving them pieces to the puzzle. It builds a picture against you. They take it to the CPS and they fucking charge you, right? And you can end up in prison, suspended sentence, community orders, drug and alcohol referral orders, fine, tag, all that stuff, man. Right? So depending on the severity of your crime and your charge and stuff, right? So, like I say, you're either in or you are out. Simple. But if you're out and you answer no comment, you're not giving them any pieces of the jigsaw, are you? You're making them. They've got to investigate it. They've got to prove beyond any reasonable doubt that. Well, I say prove beyond any reasonable doubt it's you. They don't. I was charged on a witness intimidation with no corroborating evidence, guys. No recordings, no nothing, because I'd not done it. What happened? The police charged me, right? Denied me police bail, and I was remanded They denied me bail. I went to court, got bail, and the police, CPS appealed. I went to prison. Right. So you've done your interview, guys. Right. So your interview, you've got no comment, or you give a version of events. Right. You'll be then placed back in your cell. Or you could sit down with your solicitor for a minute. Anytime during the interview, you can say that, please, can have a word with my solicitor. They'll stop the interview. They'll let you talk to your brief, and things like that. Whilst you're doing the interview and stuff like that, they'll give you, while you're in this meeting with your solicitor for the first time, you'll get a partial disclosure or a full disclosure. That is evidence that the police have got to say that this is you, or they suspect you of this offence, right? The police sometimes do hold back, and then you can go in for an interview thinking that this disclosure discloses everything, and it doesn't. And then you go into interview and they start pulling out X, Y, and Z and start dropping it on you and stuff, and it goes that way. The police are slimy guys like that. They've got they're trying to arrest as many people as they can, and the CPS want to charge as many people because they've got charging targets that they need to hit, CPS and stuff, right? So they do fuck people over in that regard. So anyway, so you've done your interview, they place you back in the cell, right? They can keep you on most charges. They can keep you up to 24 hours. Doesn't mean they're going to keep you for 24 hours. I've been in 6 hours, 12, 16s, 18s, 20s, 22s, and 24s. Right, and even longer than 24s because, like I said, I got denied bail. But so they can keep you up to 24 hours. In that time, they've got to question you, arresting you, either charge you, bail you, no further action you, things like that. So bail means that you're released. You get released from the police station pending further inquiries. That could be unconditional, where you've got no bail conditions, or it could be conditional, where they might say you've got to live and sleep at this address every night. You got to report to the police station. You're not allowed out between the hours of 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. Doorstep curfew, all that sort of stuff, right? That's conditional, right? Then they could charge you and then give you a bail, give you a court date down the line, or they can charge you and deny your police bail, which is what happens to me. If they deny your police bail, you'll go to court the next day. Friday, you'll go to court Saturday morning. Saturday, any time after 12 o'clock, if you get charged. You're staying until Monday, like I did. I went to Trafford Magistrates and stuff like that. When you go to court, if you've been denied police bail, the judge can give you bail, and you can walk out of court, or the CPS can appeal depending on the severity of the charge. Example, mine was a witness intimidation. CPS appealed, right? So I've been given bail. CPS appealed. You go to prison for 48 hours, and then you have another bail application. And like I say, it's for another judge to then reside over. But yeah, that's that. They can NFA it, which means no further action, which means that there's not enough evidence against you, and they'll drop the charges there and then. That's happened to me on one occasion, and that was on an offensive weapon. Trying to make sure I've got everything covered there. So released, so bail, yeah, so bail thing. Right, so NFA, yeah, blah blah blah. Like I say, or they can charge you. So they can bail you, charge you, NFA you, right? That's that. For murder and things like that and manslaughter, they can keep you for longer than 24 hours. They've got to apply to the court for an extension, but they always grant them. Could be another 12 hours, could be another 48 hours. But yeah, that's on murder and severe charges like that. Always have legal representation, guys. It's in your best interest. Always tell your solicitor the 100% of the truth, because he needs that to do his job, to advise you to the best of his ability. And that's pretty much it, guys, right? The police can seize your clothes as well, depending on what the charge is and stuff. We was up on a firearms charge, and they took all our clothes, all four of us. We ended up in prison tracksuit and plimsoll trainers. That's that. So they can seize item of clothing if it's relevant to the case, if it's things like that, guys. Yeah, like if you're alleged to have stabbed someone on a Section 18 or a Section 20, and there's blood all over your hoodie and stuff, right? And you've got that hoodie on when you get arrested. They're seizing it, guys. Simple as that. It's evidence in it. Things like that, guys, right? So loads of different things that can play out. Yeah, there's things like Viper as well. Viper's like it's like an identification. It's like an ID parade. Yeah, it's you can turn your head to the left, to the right, and forward, and it's for people that say you've gone and jacked somebody in the street, you've gone and robbed somebody, right? And they give a description to the police, or they've mentioned your name. They'll show this victim different Vipers of different people. A lot of them will be innocent. One of them is going to be you that's suspected of the crime. if you refuse, you don't have to do it. You can refuse, but that can go against you. And like I say, you can, like, the people look similar to you, and then you turn your head, look to the thing, and then if you get picked out by that victim, they'll charge you for that offence. There's so many different things, guys. I'm just going through the initial: getting arrested, police station searched, your rights given to you, being in the police station, questions, interviews, speaking to your solicitor, having your pictures taken, fingerprints taken, yeah, all that sort of stuff, guys. DNA, forensic, all that sort of stuff, right? If should it need it. Right, guys, going to leave this video here. Hope I've done for this justice, because I've done this for the second time. Right, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Speak to you all soon. Bye.